Welcome to Where History Roams.
Subscribe to Where History Roams and come discover history with us.
I've never been anywhere history is not.
The 6888 and the Mountain of Mail. Charity Adams stood tall, her uniform crisp and her gaze steady. She was the leader of a very special group of soldiers, the 6,888th Central Postal Directory Battalion, an entire unit of black women. In front of them was a mission that seemed impossible, a giant, drafty warehouse in England, overflowing with a mountain of letters and packages for soldiers fighting in the war. 2 years' worth of mail, a grim-faced general told her, his arms crossed tightly. They say it can't be sorted. You have 6 months. He looked at Charity and her battalion of black women with doubt in his eyes. Charity turned to her unit. She saw the faces of determined black women, full of hope and just a little bit of worry. "Ladies," she said, her voice ringing with confidence, "those letters are more than paper. They're hope. They're a hug from home, and we will get them delivered." A young soldier named Private Hattie, a black woman with a thoughtful expression, looked at the endless piles. "But Major," she whispered to her friend, "where do we even start?" The warehouse was cold and dark, and it felt less like a post office and more like a forgotten cave. Charity smiled, a spark in her eye. "We start with a motto, private. No mail, low morale, and we start with a system." She grabbed a piece of chalk and began drawing charts on a dusty blackboard, organizing the chaos into a clear plan for her fellow soldiers. The women of the 6,888th got to work. They were a force of dedicated black female soldiers, working in 3 shifts, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The sounds of sorting, stamping, and singing filled the once silent warehouse. They created their own tracking system to find soldiers who had moved, becoming expert detectives. They faced challenges at every turn. The lights were dim, the building was unheated, and sometimes these resilient women had to use their own helmets to bail out water when the roof leaked. But they never, ever stopped. One day, the general returned for an inspection. He expected to find chaos. Instead, he found a well-oiled machine. The mountain of mail had shrunk to a small hill. He watched, speechless, as the black women of the 6,888th worked with incredible speed and precision. "Major Adams," the general said, his tone completely changed. "You and your unit have done the impossible." Charity simply nodded, a small smile on her face. "We just did our job, General. We delivered hope." The 6,888th didn't take 6 months. They cleared the entire backlog of mail in just 3. Because of Major Charity Adams and her incredible battalion of black women, millions of soldiers received letters that warmed their hearts, cakes that reminded them of home, and the priceless knowledge that they were loved and not forgotten.
Thanks for joining us on this journey through the past. We have so many more stories to uncover, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Subscribe to Where History Roams and come discover history with us.
I've never been anywhere history is not.